up, kin folks? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time, and it is OU Texas week. This is the week that the Red River Shootout goes on. It's 11 o'clock on Fox. More importantly, it's Texas Hate Week. Yeah, man, if you watched the video earlier today, you could see that I was throwing some shade at Texas, as I will do for the entirety of this week, because Texas is really just northern Mexico. It's just getting right down to it. I mean, keep it 100. Keep it 100. Texas is a place that once belonged to Mexico, declared itself its own country, and then was annexed into the United States. I mean, really, isn't Texas kind of synonymous with losing? Because that's twice your sovereignty has been taken from you. But I know that's lumping in a bunch of Texans, not just UT. So I would just go ahead and put it this way. All right? Texas. I'll give it up for you. You got 3 national championships and 11 Southwest Conference titles from one guy. Right? Never mind that guy was born in Hollis, Oklahoma, and went to the University of Oklahoma, where he played quarterback and defensive back, and you named the stadium after him. It's called Darrell K. Royal Stadium down there in Austin, Texas. So Texas, the place where Texans name their football stadiums after Okies. That's where we're at today. That's where we're at today. Let me see who's in the chat. Say what's up. Say what time it is. You know what time it is. Man, y'all been in here early and often. I like it. Let's go. Steel Boys. 513. He was in here. That's what's up. Jesse Hobbs. What's good? Doom Lyrics is in here. J. Joe. What's up? Some dude named Joshua Simmons. Jesse Hobbs. What's good? Let's see. William Zabala. There's a name like Zabala, like Destiny, or no? That'd be cool. B Zavala from Destiny. What else we got? James Taylor's in here. Kaysen, what's good? Kaysen Husley. There's a name. Hulsey. Me and names, dog. Miles Myers, what's good? Sooner Bears in the house. Devin Gilmore, I see you, fam. Gerald Mosley's in here. Don Ray, what's good? Sean Robertson's in here. Almighty Sammy, there's a name. Christopher Bull, what's good? Sean Stapleton, what's good? Thad, I see you, fam. Devin Gilmore, what's good? James K. Hilton, I see you, fam. Kennedy No Gum, maybe. Johnny B, what's good? Mickey McDaniel, what's good? Elvin Richmond, what's good? Don Ray's in the house. Dan Moore's in the house. Kellen Kamer, what's good? Rudy Lopez is in here. Shout out to girlfriend Laurel, who's under the weather, but I know she watches the channel. And Mama, I know Mama's gonna come through. Mama always comes through. Cameron Wheeler, what's good? Casey Holst in the house. Powers for Heisman. I'll take it. Bryce W, what's good? Kirk Perez in the house. JW19, I see you, fam. See, Chandler Cummings is in here. I want a repeat of 2003 this Saturday. But, hey, where's Superman? J Bones, what's good? Greg Ray's in the house. Anybody else? Coming through. All right. Mike McCoy. Ooh, he made it in. That's what's up. Let me see. Michael Auteri. Troy Armstrong. Okay. Also, shout out to Vic Vega. It is his birthday. Happy birthday, Vic. And to Robert Lane, who I hope is having a really good time on his cruise. He alerted us earlier last week that he was going to be out of town. He's going to be taking some him time, and I am for it, man. Hope you catch it on the replay and you like it. What's up, Tony? I see you, fam. Zachary, I see you. Carvin, what's good? Let me see. Kennedy, what's good? I pronounced it right. That's what's up. Let's see. Stacking Q. I'm not going to try again. James Johnson, RJ, is there a way to get your book signed? There's going to be a deal in Tulsa at OSU Tulsa in the B.S. Robinson room, where I'm going to be talking about politics and guns and race. So, there's a place for you to sign the book. That'd be the place for you to sign the book. I'm also going to be on a couple of NPR shows. I'm going to be on Point Radio. I'm going to be on Code Switch. I'm going to be on something in CBC in Canada, the Current, I think. It's the Current. Miami Book Fair in November. That's another one. I think there's a review that's going to come out in Harper's. There is a review in the Pacific Standard. A lot of folks like the book. It is not OU or college football or sports related. It's real heavy, but it's a good heavy. And I would appreciate it if you gave it your time and your money. Let's see. Texas fans, this is real talk, not NASCAR trailer park talk. Man, I like it. We throwing shade in here. That's what's up. So you can't make any promises not to start stuff with SEC fans today because I'm salty during OU Texas week. Amen. So let's all kind of be salty on OU Texas week because today's video, tomorrow's video, and probably Friday's video are about Oklahoma's defense. And I'm looking past Texas because I don't play the games on Saturday. So I can look past Texas because Oklahoma is 5-0 and undefeated on a collision course with the best in college football. So we're going to talk about Texas, but me talking about the defense is related to this season, not to Texas. KC Holtz, $5 super chat. That's what's up. Says OU 41, UT 27. I like it. That's what's up. Don Ray, you're going to have to check the OU Insider board for that. But there is some news there. Let's see. Austin Krause, bring back Nebraska, bring up NDSU and Houston. North Dakota State? Hey, get out of here. Just get Nebraska and Arkansas. We've been through this. We're not going to go into that. We are going to go into the defense. Look, I dug into the numbers, okay, because there's a lot of folks that believe that this 2018 defense is much better than the 2017 defense. And there's some stats to back up that it's better in some ways. But for me, it's basically the same defense, bro. I mean, it's average. It's above average in some categories, but it's average. Whoa, Dieter Cross, Boomer Sooner with $25 super chat. I appreciate that, fam. It's average, man. And check it out. Third down conversion rate for Oklahoma, if you're playing defense, means that teams that line up across from Oklahoma convert third down 42% of the time. That is ranked number 99 in college football. That ain't good, man. That ain't good. 42% of the time, folks convert on third down. Now, I also ran the numbers about how good the teams that Oklahoma played are at converting third down. Turns out Army ranks just behind OU in third down conversion percentage. They're at number 8, OU's at number 7, right? And then Baylor's actually pretty good. They're ranked number 13, right? And then you get to the middle of the pack with Florida Atlantic, who's ranked, I believe it was 67, and then Iowa State at 85, and then UCLA is just bad at 116. So you got a range of teams when you're talking about converting third down against Oklahoma's defense. And I know a lot of folks want to throw the Army game out because they think it skews the statistics, but check it out, man. You scheduled the game, you played the game, you won the game. So you got to take the stats to come with it. And as a person who likes to throw around stats like other people like to throw around stats, I'm not going to throw out the Army game just because it ain't the kind of offense that we see on a regular basis. It is an offense. Plain and simple. I don't care if you run the wing tee or the flex bone or it's shotgun spread or air raid. You have to stop the ball from being moved. That's what a defense does. And I also threw this one out there after let me back up and keep going down this thread of third downs, right? Because third downs was the glaring weakness for the OU defense for me outside of what we already know about the secondary. In response to that, you play a lot of snaps at Oklahoma because people say you play a lot of snaps at Oklahoma because the offense scores so fast. And there might be something to that because Baylor played an average of 82 snaps per game, got 107 off against OU, right? I believe Army got more off against OU than its average, and I think you can say that for most teams. And that's what many people believe is the offense is just putting the defense in a bad spot by scoring on an average of 9 plays. First of all, you stop people if you're the defense. 1, 2, 3, get off the field. Period. Because teams are picking up first downs on you. That's why they get more snaps. They're given 3 more snaps for every first down they pick up. So if they're converting third down, they're going to play more snaps. If you stop them on third down, they're going to play fewer snaps. So your defense does not get tired. So stop people on third down. That said, Curtis Bolton and Kenneth Murray Jr. have been playing like All-Americans. Kenneth Murray Jr. ranks number 3 in the country in tackles, total tackles, at 64. He had just 78 last season. He's on pace for 150 tackles. Curtis Bolton has 59 tackles this year, 59, 56, somewhere in there. Also playing like an All-American. So all of y'all folks that think that Caleb Kelly needs to be starting, please, sit down. Caleb Kelly lost a job. Now he's got to wait for Curtis Bolton to either get worse or he's got to outwork him in practice. But I don't see it happening, right? So you got great linebacker play even when you got terrible third down conversion play. But here's the thing for me, man. It's red zone offense and defense. And I'm going to get into that for a second, but I've neglected the chat. So let me check and see if there are anything with question marks in here. And if there are, I'm going to try to get to them. And then I will get into my real absolute conniption fit with Oklahoma's defense. Is Brooks going to be the man? No. Kennedy Brooks looked really good. 8 carries, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns against Baylor. Outstanding day, the best running back of the day. But that's Trey Sermon's job until further notice. I mean, for me, he didn't play poorly, and the guys at Pro Football Focus graded him out as one of the best players in the game. Like it was Kyler, Lee Morris, Trey Sermon, and then Trey Brown, who a lot of folks thought had the best day defensively of anybody, right? And that's on a day that Kenneth Murray Jr. had 17 tackles, and Curtis Bolton had 16, and Caleb Kelly had 2 sacks, including one where he turned Charlie Brewer into a backward C. So no, that's Trey Sermon's job, right? Kennedy Brooks might be number 2 on the depth chart. Haven't seen Marcellus Sutton in a while, and perhaps that has to do with him healing up. And we all know that TJ Pledger's going to play, and his red shirt is burnt up. But we'll see. We'll see for sure. Tim, what do you got? $5 super chat. OU needs to get stops on third down. That's simple. We're at 45%. Need to be at 35%. Unacceptable to be 45% outside of the play stuff is good. Just true. It's just saying that. Also, it's 42%, so it's not that bad, but it ain't good. And you're right. It needs to be lower, around 30% for me, because there isn't a national championship football team who has finished outside the top 25 in defensive efficiency. Man, that came out wrong. In defensive efficiency, defensive S&P plus, or total defense, except Auburn in the last 15 years, man. Look here. Auburn can claim its 2010 national championship was won basically without a great defense. They were 45th in defensive efficiency in 2010. Every other team has been inside the top 10 since 2005 except Ohio State, and they ranked 14th and 16th in their national championship games, man. So I don't buy this part about Oklahoma not needing a top-tier defense to win a national title. That's just flat wrong. You need a top-tier defense to support your top-tier offense to win a national title. That's just the plain and simple truth. Now, is it impossible to win without a top-tier defense? No. Anything's possible. Anything can get done. Not everything is. And that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Dieter Cross, another one. That's what's up, man. Timothy Bailey, OU chances to nab Hazelwood, OU legacy. Boat might be full, man. I mean, the boat might be full, right? Because when he had his offer before he committed, you didn't have commitments from Theo Weiss, R.J. Henderson, or Trajan Bridges. Boat might be full on wide receiver. Maybe you can make room, especially if you're still not, bent on getting another safety, but they are. They want another safety in this class. And I don't know what you're going to give up to go get a 5-star wide receiver, even if he wants to be at OU. And he might. He might, but the boat might be full. Like that might not have, that just might not be there on the table anymore. You never know. But that would be my sense is, yeah, you want to sense how badly he wants to be here. And if he really, really wants to be here, I think they'll take his commitment. But that's where you're at right now. It's getting late in the game to decommit, honestly, because the boat for a lot of folks is getting full. You got a lot of teams that are over 17, 18, 19, 20 commitments, and the max that you can take in the boat is 25. Now, do you want to use those on other linebackers? Do you want to use them on defensive tackles? Do you want to use them on another offensive tackle to join Stacey Wilkins, to join those 2 guards and Marcus Alexander and my guy EJ Ndoma Ogar? You also would love to have another running back in this group, right? You got Marcus Major. What if Noah Kane wants to commit? What if McIntosh wants to commit? Or Trey Sanders? Any of these kids, right? So I think Oklahoma's in a really good spot, is what I'm saying. I think OU's in a really good spot. Laura says I'm looking beefy. Thanks, babe. I work out every day. You know this. Work out for like 2 hours every day. Let's see. Vic, but is it possible with our current offense? Well, man, it was possible last year with our offense, which was just as good, if not better. I mean, it's possible, but we saw what happened when we played Georgia. We saw it. It didn't matter, right? You got 38 points out of the offense. That should be good enough to win any football game. And then you got added bonuses from the defense, but they couldn't stop anybody. They couldn't stop Stoney Michel. They couldn't stop Nick Chubb. They couldn't stop Jake Fromm from doing what he wanted to do. So when you get into these college football playoff games where it is the best in the country versus the best in the country, you better have a great defense or it's not going to go well for you. We know this not just from Georgia, but from Clemson. Clemson skull dragged Oklahoma in the Russell Athletic Bowl to give everybody a taste of what was to come. 40-6. And then in the college football playoff, what happened? Got skull dragged again because the defense couldn't match Clemson's defense. Offenses were fine, right? Offenses did what we expected them to do, except when OU went to play Clemson's defense. We know that good defenses win national titles. And you can have a so-so offense and do it. Check Alabama, right? You don't need a Heisman winner. You don't need 8.3 yards per play. You need a defense that can stop other people from doing what they want to do. Your scheme has to be taking out space. There has to be no space for the offense to operate. And you can't do that without a great scheme and great players. Oh. What else we got in here? By the way, everybody, this is a different camera angle. It's a little wider. It's a little further back. So if you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. But I would appreciate if you like it, or if you don't like it, that you tell me why. Because just saying yes or no doesn't really help me. What else we got in here? Am I going to see you in... no, you're not going to see me in Dallas, dog. Will Kenneth Mann be 100%? Check the board. Jesse Hobbs, Oklahoma 48, Texas 31. All right. I think we'll do that as a sign-off. So if everybody wants to hold on to their prediction, when I do the roll call at the end, you can roll call with the sign-offs of what you think the score is going to be. Because I like score predictions, and I think it's really cool that everybody keeps dropping them in here. But it also gives us something else to look forward to toward the end of the stream. For those of you who are new, streams go on for an hour during the season. We really just kind of chat here. Sometimes I opine and go on a rant and go on full sports guy opinion mode, and I sometimes forget to check the chat. So, people will yell at me to do this or that. Feel free to be one of those people. If you are from the other team and you're not nice about it, probably going to skip you. You should know that going in. And if you get to be really mean about it or profane, I will hide you from the chat. Because we ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. We welcome other teams. Always. Always welcome other teams. AJ supports Georgia, and he's pretty cool about it. He gets his licks in, but, he gets them in with such a way that it's courteous. But if you come in here just yelling, Laurel likes the angle. That's what's up. I'm just going to ignore you. And if you start to badger the people who are on the chat, I will remove you. All right. Now that I have reprimanded everybody, let's see what else we got in here. Hank, can you give shout out to my sisters Bonita, Lisa, and Kathy? What's up? Your brother Hank put you on blast. That's what's up. How well do you believe our pressure will be this weekend? Honestly, I think it's going to depend a lot on what Neville Gallimore looks like. Because now that we know that Ronnie Perkins and Amani Bledsoe can do the job just fine, right? Without Kenneth Mann, I would worry less. Because you got pressure on Charlie Brewer. You didn't get enough pressure, but you got pressure there. And Sam Ehlinger isn't the passer that Charlie Brewer was. However, he is a better runner, and that is the worry. So as much as I think that pressure is going to be a big deal, I don't really expect to see Sam Ehlinger drop back and throw a ball more than 25, 30 times in a game against Oklahoma. I expect to see him run the ball around 15, 17 times a game, especially in short yardage situations, because this is a stat I pulled from Alan Kinney earlier today in his article at Crimson Cream Machine. Sam Ehlinger is responsible for 25% of Texas's rush attempts, if you take out sacks. And I think that's a really big deal, and I expect that would be the kind of offense that really, that's the kind of offense that Magic City Tom wants to run out there, because that looks a lot like Cardale Jones out there at Ohio State when they won the championship in 2014. What we got? The 185 with the $20 super chat. I appreciate that, fam. If you drop a super chat, you go to the front of the line. Leave a comment, leave a question, whatever you would like. Dieter's really cool about it. Appreciate that 185. Also follow on Twitter. I think I follow him on Twitter. I follow most of the patrons on Twitter. If you're a patron to the channel, or you hit the super chat button on a regular basis and I don't follow you, hit me up. Let me see. I missed somebody. RG, what's up? Better late than never. Yeah, Bowser. Appreciate you coming through, man. Let's see. Forgot my question also. Is the next big defensive coordinator that Riley could be eyeing? I don't know. And I say that because nobody saw Shane Beamer coming. He just kind of showed up. Nobody saw Benny Wiley coming. He just kind of showed up. I think Riley has in mind who he wants to be his coordinators or who he wants to fill a job. Mostly if a guy should take another job, right? Not because he's looking to fire anybody, because he hadn't done that yet. That's important to note. He's been on the job for nearly 2 years. He hadn't fired anybody yet. He's only added to the staff. That's something that's important to note here. So we haven't seen what it would look like if he fired a guy and had to go hire a guy. We've only seen what it looked like when he needed to fill a position, right? Because Schmitty left. He didn't get fired, right? Shane Beamer was brought in to be the 10th guy. Rutherford McNeil was put on staff to fill Bob's spot. So that'll be interesting. I know there's a lot of folks that people like, but I don't know there's a lot of people that you can get. I mean, the guy out at Wyoming's done a fantastic job. I liked Harlan Barnett and then went to Florida State. And Florida State doesn't look good, but I'm not sure that that's his fault because he just got there and he's working with what he got. Kind of thinking that Jimbo Fisher's really bad at leaving the cupboard, stocked. But, if you're going to leave a job, whatever. I like Aranda at LSU. Be hard to get him, honestly. There's a few other. Jim Leonard up at Wisconsin. I like him a lot. He runs a 3-4 scheme. You got a lot of the personnel already on campus to run that, but I don't know that you can lure that guy away. Plus, this season I'm not sure that no, I don't want to talk about I don't really want to talk about firing Mike. Yeah, I don't want to do it. Cuz team's 5-0. I don't really love the defense, but I don't dislike it either. And if we're going to win a national championship 2018, it's going to be with Mike Stoops as defense coordinator. So I'm not exactly scratching my behind and getting glad about it, but because I'm obviously pointing out the things that I think aren't very good, but I'm also pointing out the things I think have improved. I'm also just keeping it real when saying the defense that's on the field right now ain't the kind that traditionally wins national championships. Because when we do this, we are real about it. There is no, what's the term that people keep? Sunshine. I don't blow sunshine. I'm not a sunshine guy. I'm a dark guy. I mean, have you seen my complexion? Yeah, I'm not really into it. So we can talk about defensive coordinators if we get another defensive coordinator, because I thought we might last year. But guess what, man? We didn't. That guy got an extension and a raise. Stuck with him. And I'm not the person that says, well, I'm just going to get behind him 110% because he's my guy. No. I'm also going to say that I want you to win because I want to win. This is mutual. You ain't got to like it. I'm still blocked on Twitter by that guy. I don't care. Still my team. And if he left, still be my team. He's here. Still my team. That doesn't bother me. What else you got in here? Bradley, what's good, fam? Long time friend of the channel. Aaron from Austin, I personally like Mike. Yeah, I think he's a nice guy. I think that's also something that gets missed when I talk about the defense and I talk about Mike. Every time I interacted with Mike, he was genuinely nice. He answered all questions. He answered them to the best of his ability. And he's doing the job as he thinks he should do it. I disagree with the way he does the job, but he's a nice guy, and I enjoyed it when I got a chance to speak with him. Dieter asks, what is the best way to cover Texas's tall receiver and not leave the middle exposed? So Dieter is talking about, and Dieter, if I'm saying it wrong, man, correct me. He's talking about Colin Johnson. Colin Johnson is 6'6". He's basically going to be Hakeem Butler out there because they watched the tape, just like you watched the tape. And they saw Hakeem Butler have like 5 catches for 174 and basically go full just Megatron on the OU secondary. It was seriously like watching Calvin Johnson play, for those of you that can remember 2-3 years ago. That's what it was like. And that's what Colin Johnson could be in the league. He's that good. And as much as he's a problem, the problem is they got wideouts. Something I need to clear up. I said that Kyle Porter was great at catching the football. I did not say that Kyle Porter was one of their burners on the outside. I said Kyle Porter had 10 catches. Now, I understand he's a running back, and I understand he's going to redshirt this year. But the fact of the matter is they got a bunch of guys that can catch passes from hard G. That was my point. And to that point, they got like 4 or 5 dudes out there that can catch passes. The other is LJ Humphrey, who's 6'4". So when they go to just their basic 2 wide out setup, which they probably won't, but when they can, they're just going to be bigger than anybody in the secondary. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because Parnell Motley just ain't that big. Trey Brown ain't that good. Much as I love him, he's not that big. Bookie's 5'8", not that big. Now, I don't necessarily think that these are excuses for why they shouldn't cover the guys, but I think the best thing that you can do is play two safeties high. But if you play two safeties high, you're going to leave 6 guys in the middle of the field to stop hard G and the rushing attack. Now, I'm not sold on Trey Watson, who averages 4 yards a carry, as being, a threat at running back. Keontae Ingram, his film says he should be good, but he doesn't have enough carries for me to be afraid of him. He's got like 35 on the season, right? And then there's hard G. So Curtis Bolton and Kenneth Murray Jr. would have to do most of the work in the middle of the field, right? Because you're essentially going to have to drop 5, sometimes 6 guys into coverage if you want to do this right. But that might not be it, right? It might just be Mike Stoops out here dialing up blitz packages so that hard G doesn't have an opportunity to hit Colin Johnson. In which case, Colin Johnson breaks off his route and runs slants, and he just big bodies everybody, and it's like him playing post in the NBA. So what I'm saying is, you're going to have to bracket Colin Johnson, or you're going to have to get this hard G before he can get the ball off. I don't know that you can bracket Colin Johnson and it work with that secondary, because not just are they smaller than him, they're pups. You got redshirt freshmen, sophomores out there, and you got Parnell Motley, who is doing the best he can, but he's also getting his grits cooked. That ain't what you want. Specifically, if you can't put a center fielder over the top of him to help him out. So, what's Mike Stoops going to do? Blitz. That's what he's going to do, man. He's going to blitz them on 3rd and long. He's going to blitz them when they're in passing situations. And he's going to try to sneak in a blitz whenever he can, because if you give hard G time to just throw a jump ball up to a 6'6" wide receiver, not even that dude can mess that one up. So, what I'm saying is, it's a long day for the OU secondary if Texas can throw the football. So I hope that covers it for you, fam. But if it didn't, let me know. What else we got in here? Kyle Porter sucks. That's why he'll transfer after the year. Texas will eat up all that time of possession. I'm not prepared to say that any kid that signed a letter of intent to Texas sucks, because it's Texas. And everybody from Texas likes to tell me about those number 3 rated recruiting classes that they bring in all the time. They don't ever want to talk about how they play in the Texas Bowl and Michael Dixon was their best player last year, but they want to tell me about the recruiting classes, and Kyle Porter was a top get. He's a top get. So you don't get to just throw the kid out with the wash and out with the trash because he wants to transfer. That's not what you get to do. You own it, just like we're owning the kids that may want to transfer from Oklahoma. Seemed like Caleb Kelly was one of those guys. Now it seems like he's changing his tune. So we'll see. But maybe you'll see Kyle Porter. I don't know. And he might see him because Trey Watson or Keontae Ingram get hurt. That's got a lot to do with it, fam. Check out Kelly Bryant at Clemson. I bet he wishes he was on the sideline. Let's see. Prediction, I bet you'll see 3 pounds out there with Kelly. 3 LBs. You'll see 4. You'll see 2 or 4. You'll rarely see 3. A 3-3-5 ain't what OU wants to run, dog. Especially against Texas. What else we got? What time is it? Oh, okay. I still got time for my rant. Still want to get into the stat that's bugging the hell out of me. But I'm looking for question marks. The hype on Buki real. Flames emojis. Buki's a 5-star defensive back who's a true freshman starting at the University of Oklahoma. And he's taken as many licks as everybody else playing in the secondary. I don't know that y'all expected more from him. The dude ain't Jesus. For me, he's playing lights out football as a freshman. J-Bones, did you read the Mike Lee? Yeah, I did. What is one weakness with Texas? Red zone offense. They can't score inside the red zone. They're actually pretty bad at it. You know what? Forget it. Texas, let me see. Well, I say forget it. Then we got Super Chat. Carson asks, who would you replace with Mike Stoops? I just got done saying how I don't want to talk about that. I appreciate the $2, but no. I'm not talking about it. He's the guy. Why? What good does it do? And then plus I made that video if you really want to know. You can go back through the catalog. There's nearly 500 videos on this thing, dog. Aaron from Austin says, appreciate you, RJ. I appreciate that, fam. For folks that don't know, the Super Chats, they go back into the channel, man. That's what they do, right? This microphone was donated from a fan of the channel. We can afford the better webcam because of the channel, because SUPERCHAT and Patreon. You know, the channel community makes this channel technically better, like sincerely technically better. So I appreciate it when you guys invest in this channel because you watch it every day, you know, and I upload something every day. K Holtz, do you get sick before this game? I do. Nah. I think the last time I got sick before an OU Texas game was like 2009. Because I just don't expect Texas to be any good. And if we lose to Texas, that ain't a good look. You know, it ain't the game that it was in the early 2000s when it was Bob and Mac and these teams were routinely in the conversation for national championships, both of them. Texas is garbage. I understand they're 4-1. I understand they're on a 4-game losing streak, but every Texas fan that has commented on the channel be like, Army, dog, y'all took Army to OT. Yeah, but we didn't lose to Maryland either. We didn't lose to Maryland. And we didn't do it twice. Hello? Nobody in Oklahoma needed a 4th down stop to stop Tulsa, dude. Texas folks just too high on their own supply. Y'all got a loss. And it's the first week of October. Texas is garbage. Terrible football program. Not even a blue blood. So bad that your best coach is an Okie. Sit down. It's your Mexico North. Can Notre Dame bump OU in the college football playoff? No. No, Sheldon. No, they can't. Number one, Notre Dame's going to take an L. That's going to happen. Write it down. Notre Dame is taking at least one L this season. Number two, Georgia and Alabama probably would knock each other out, depending on whether or not one of those guys loses, because I'm not convinced that LSU can't get a W against Alabama. Now, I got that defense as my fantasy defense, LSU. And I've been watching that defense play greedily. See what I did there? Timothy Bailey knows what I did there. I like LSU's defense, and I love Ed Orgeron as like a college football character because he should not exist. 185. The Thunder Drop. Who would start, Big P or Grant? Patrick Patterson. Patrick Patterson can knock down threes. I need space. You got Russ Westbrook at point guard driving. You got PG at 2 driving. Or at 3 driving. You got Robertson at 2 or 3. You call them wings. Driving. You got Adams in the paint. You need somebody who you can kick out to who can knock down trays in the corner. If Pat Patterson can be Shane Battier in the corner knocking down just buckets, Pat Patterson. I don't need Jeremy Grant's athleticism out there doing that, man. I need him knock down threes. That's what I need. Like, this team would do so well with a Mike Miller. With Kyle Korver 10 years ago. That's what Kyle Singler was supposed to be. Kyle Singler, garbage contract. Hate that contract. Let me see. What else we got here? Yo, Troy, if you drop profanity into the chat, it automatically gets hidden, dog. You got to do it without the profanity. Who loses first, Clemson or Notre Dame? Notre Dame. Clemson was going to lose. It was going to lose to Syracuse. Especially if Trevor Lawrence comes back. And he will. What else we got in here? Free Ray, it's cool. Glad you're in here. What else we got? Baker Mayfield recover. Recover from what? 2 picks and 285 and 2 TDs? Taking the Raiders into overtime? Recover from what? You know, there's nothing wrong with Baker. OU Texas in the 80s was pure dope. Hank, you really got to stop bringing me the 70s and 80s, dog. Like, I get it was cool, and I appreciate it, but, like, I can't talk to that. Like, I wasn't around for that, man. Like, Hank be in my mentions talking about Thomas Lott. And as much as I love Thomas Lott, and I love hearing about the Wishbone days, I got nothing to retort to that, man. I was born in 87. I got nothing. I came into this around Gibbs and Schnellenberger, right? Suffered through Blake. Was blessed with Bob. Like, I can't speak to Tom. I can't speak to Tom Lott. I can't speak to Jackie Shipp. I can't speak to that, man. I hear you, but, like, I can't speak to it. Brandon, what? What's up, man? Yeah, no, you doing all right? Says it's been a while. I'm glad you ain't here, man. I know you watch the videos, but I appreciate you coming through for the live chat. And especially the super chat. Clemson QB is garbage. Have you seen Trevor Lawrence throw a football? Trevor Lawrence is the only true freshman I am confident in saying will play in the NFL in 3 years. Have you seen Sunshine throw the ball? Sunshine can play. You know, that's a thing. So if you haven't seen Sunshine play quarterback, please believe Spencer Rattler can play a lot like Sunshine. I'm just going to throw it out there, man. Next year could be fun, especially with all these kids, specifically a quarterback, using this redshirt rule like free agency. It's going to be a lot of fun. Bradford needs to retire already. True. I haven't watched Sam Bradford play a good season of football. As great as he was at OU, and he was great, all I see is Sam Bradford hurt, dog. Like, since his shoulder blew up, all I've seen is him be hurt. I would really like to see him as an offensive coordinator, as a coach, but playing quarterback ain't it. Let me see. What else we got in here? Lawrence is amazing Georgia kid. All right. Whoever mentioned Mike Leach ESPN story, thank you. It was a great read. No, it really was. So for those that didn't read, or for those of you that didn't do the homework, that didn't do the reading, Jake Trotter ESPN wrote a really great long read about Mike Leach's 1999 OU Texas game, in which Mike Leach and Cale Gundy came up with an idea to trick the Texas staff into believing that they had the plays. And the way that they did this, the offensive sheet, is they surreptitiously dropped a fake offensive play sheet on the ground on the Texas sidelines. One of the student assistants picked it up, brought it to the defense coordinator. Defense coordinator was like, should we trust this? And everybody's like, I think we should. And Leach and Gundy were not just expecting that, they wanted it to happen. So when it happened, Mike Leach had already put together a play sheet that took advantage of the play sheet that Texas picked up. The dummy play sheet was a complement to the real play sheet. So not only did Texas come in without knowing the plays, they were set up in defenses for Mike Leach's offense to take advantage of where the soft spot in Texas defense was already going to be. And it's great. It'd been greater if Texas won that if OU won that football game. But Mike Leach, man, he's been the same dude since forever. Matter of fact, Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account and you're a college football fan, I don't know what else to tell you. News gets dropped there. Great stories are shared there. Lots of good people on Twitter. A lot of folks that I haven't even met that I'm big fans of, because Twitter is a great place to just learn about people and learn about what they're into. But there's a video of Mike Leach on the podium at Washington State, a post-game. I don't even think it was post-game. I think it was like a Monday presser, where he had to comment on Washington State having not attempted one rush attempt during the game at all. Just refused to run the ball. It was just Gardner Minshew throwing the ball over the yard, literally. Not one single rush attempt. To which reporter asked Mike Leach, yo, man, what do you say to people who are like, you're not balanced? You know, run and pass, 50-50. Mike Leach said, people who think that run and pass 50-50 is balance are stupid. Because why am I gonna give the ball to people who aren't as good as the other wideouts that I might have, or give the ball to wideouts who aren't as good as my running backs? No. Correct distribution is distributed to the best players on my team. And I think that was a tacit acknowledgement that his running backs were garbage. But Mike Leach is amazing, and I really enjoy him. And if you haven't read that story, I encourage you to go find it. Don, what are you asking about Jordan Phillips for? I don't understand where that's coming from. Also heard of an interview where Bob wouldn't go to his office either because he would get stuck in the weird conversation for 30 minutes more. I could see that. I could totally see that. Who do you think will play again if we make it into the Big 12 championship? West Virginia. West Virginia looked up there as the class of the conference with us this year. Matter of fact, excuse me, the weak teams in the Big 12 this year aren't that weak, right? Because Kansas is better, Baylor is better, Kansas State is garbage, but they're not nearly as bad as Kansas and Baylor were last year. Iowa State's decent. Texas Tech, decent to above average. TCU's good. And West Virginia is playing like they want to do something this year. So that's where I'm at with it. I guess I should add Texas is garbage. Let me see. Hank says, I nominate myself as the old school Sooner history resource. I was born into this in 1964. Hey, yeah. Hank is our Sooner history expert on the channel. Period. 1964, man. Yeah, that was some down years in there too, dog. Like, OU didn't get good again until Chuck Fairbanks? Maybe? Yeah. Let me see. I'm feeling a little bit better. I appreciate it. Like, I got some antibiotics on Monday, and I got some of the Mucinex they keep behind the counter for this meth lab that I apparently have somewhere around here. But I'd say I'm like 65%, and I was at like 12 on Saturday and earlier that week, and as you could very well tell, I was very cranky and very crabby. I think I was fighting with everybody on those days. Let me see. Garbage team that beat TCU. Yeah, man, a garbage team that lost to Maryland. Stop that. You don't have any good wins when you lose to Maryland. Stop that. Sit down. Who is Maryland? What football tradition does Maryland have? Who's the best Maryland football player? Huh? How many Pro Bowlers you got? How many All-Pro dudes you got from Maryland? How many Heisman winners you got from Maryland? No, you got doubled up by Maryland. Sit down. You don't get to claim a good win. Get past Oklahoma, and you won't. Then you might be able to claim a good win. Sit down. We beat 2 top 25 teams. Don't nobody take USC seriously. Don't nobody take them seriously. And you beat a TCU team that's got 2 losses. Stop. Give Magic City Tom some singles. Y'all gonna need them. Let me see. RJ, you should buy a side opening bus and do a live preview show outside OU games. It'd be awesome. There's a lot of folks that want me to do like tailgate radio shows. Like they want me to set up shop at their place of business and talk. I haven't seen anybody make it worth it because it's a lot to break down. It's a lot to bring with me. It's a lot of miles to travel. Like, I get asked all the time if I'm going to games, but if I went to games, I wouldn't be able to do the live show. Everybody understand that? There would be no recap on Saturdays. There would just be RJ taking selfies at games. And I do this in a large part because people want it on Saturdays. We essentially make 2 videos on Saturdays. We make the recap that people can watch on demand, and then we do the hour live show. And that is my entire day. That's prep. That's preparation. And then I try to shoot a lot, if not all, of the Sunday video the same day. Like, ask Laurel what I'm doing with my time on Saturdays. I can assure you that she sometimes wish it wasn't this, but this is what I like to do. This is fun, and I enjoy it, and I can't do it from a game. And I certainly can't do it from somebody's place of business. And to all the folks who want to tell me that they're going to give me exposure by putting me in front of their business, nah, man, I don't need exposure. I need what people are doing in this super chat right now to keep this just channel going. People drop their hard-earned money on the channel because they want it to grow and they want it to thrive. And I'm not sure that any business really takes that seriously. I guess that's a long way of saying I'm not selling anybody out for that. Not for what? To go sit in front of somebody's food truck? Nah, man, I'm good. What's your response if Texas does win? Do you give them any credit? Why am I taking into account fabricated futures? No, Joshua, tell me what fabricated future are you living in? Because the future that I live in is OU 6-0 on Sunday. I don't even entertain that kind of stuff, dog. Do you know what channel you're on? Stop. Come on, man. You come at me with that kind of question, I'm going to dunk on you. Josh, does it really matter? It's October, man. The college football playoff selection committee's rankings aren't even out. Why? Doesn't matter. me see. Would you say Virginia Tech is a bad team because Old Dominion upset them? I think Virginia Tech would say they're a bad team because Old Dominion upset them. Did you watch Fuente's presser? Fuente was pissed. Fuente was pissed. He said, I liked you guys better when you thought that nobody believed in you. Plus, I keep trying to tell everybody Old Dominion got a dude on the edge who can flat out ball and will go in the first round. His name is O'Shane Zimenez. And Old Dominion had a quarterback come in there and start throwing darts. I watched that game. Don't talk to me about that game. I watched that game. And just like I watched Maryland and Texas, and I watched Hard G throw 2 picks, one of them sealed the game. I watched him throw away Texas' opportunity to win that game. Not even in the same ballpark. Sit down. Yeah, Texas back. Got his back on the commode. Let's see. Dieter says, yes, I'm 69, retired gunnery sergeant? Oh, what? Dieter is a vet? Oh, much love. Man, I love it when vets are on the channel. That's what's up. I know Duke can probably roll through on the replay, but he's I think he's Navy. Excuse me, sinuses, still working it out. Let me see. Dieter saw Bud Wilkinson at his best. That's what's up. Nah, that's what's up. Let me see what else we got in here. Oh, you're not losing as long as Murray's QB facts. Said the same thing about Baker last year, dog. How'd that work out? What else we got? Casey, Texas week is the longest week during the regular season. Feels like a kid on Christmas Eve. This is true. It's true. It seems to take forever, but it's Wednesday. And come 11 a.m. Saturday, Texas going to get this molly-whopping. Catch this L, Texas. Catch this L. Let me see. Allie. Oh, I just missed it. What did Allie say? Allie the acrobat. Where was Buki last week? I didn't see him at all. Maybe I'm blind. He was out there. He didn't do much, but he was out there. What else we got in here? The university needs to link with you, real talk, cross compensation. Nah, I don't think they really care. I think they kind of watch me with side eye at the University of Oklahoma. Like I don't really think they want to acknowledge that the channel even exists, to be honest with you. Let me see. I'm a pretty rational Texas fan, I think, actually. All Texas fans think they're rational. But you're a Texas fan. You make all the money, you get the best recruits, and you still are garbage. How is that rational? Is that you should be tearing your hair out. That's what it is. Like, as bad as I was about Mike last year, I can't imagine what I'd be like if I watched Tom Herman go 7-5 with those recruiting classes. Sit down. Everybody at Texas thinks they're rational. I think y'all got your head in the sand. Let's see what else got in here. J-Bone says, what's worse, the burnt orange colors of UT or the actual team? I don't know, man. Orange is pretty bad color. Orange pretty bad. And when Texas was good, it was fun to watch at least. It's fun to watch. I mean, it's fun to watch Vince Young. It's fun to watch Colt McCoy get his brains kicked in by Alabama. I'm just playing. I wanted Texas to win that game, but I also wanted Nebraska to beat Texas. So there's that. I watched Ndamukong Suh get robbed of the Heisman. Let me see. How I feel about Ed Oliver. It's like, you're going to be there, but you ain't going to win. So quarterback awards. Quarterback running back award. Hey, there's Dukin. Retired EOD Chief E7. That's what's up. All right. So with some of the time left, I want to give you my major conniption with the defense as it stands today. Caveat is, OU's 5-0. And with the non-conference schedule and the Big 12 schedule, defense is serviceable. Defense shouldn't lose you a football game. However, Tavon Austin, West Virginia, got something to say about that. So does Iowa State last year, and we can go on. But where the defense is absolutely god-awful is red zone defense. Opponents have made it into Oklahoma's red zone 16 times in 5 games. Opponents have scored 16 times in 5 games. What makes this worse is that opponents have scored touchdowns 13 of the 16 times. So when you get inside the red zone on Oklahoma, you're scoring. And chances are you're picking up 6. That's bad. That's horrendous. That is tied for worst in all of college football. And I say tied for worst because there's like 5 teams that are ranked at number 24. But check it out. Only 2 teams have given up 16 red zone opportunities and saw all 16 converted into points. And Florida Atlantic ain't give up as many TDs, who's ranked at 16 at 124 and who had given up 16 opportunities. And how many of the opportunities were courtesy of OU? What I'm saying is the red zone defense is garbage. No matter how you want to put lipstick on that pig, that's a gnarly, nasty pig, man. That's one of the pigs that they use in Snatch to get rid of bodies. You know, Bricktop over here feeding you to those pigs. That's how nasty them pigs are. You can't put no makeup on that. Ain't no concealer gonna help that pig. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. No blush, no foundation, no new shade. Can't go with the purple to throw people off. Can't use cat eyes. You know, no YouTube makeup tutorial. It's gonna make that red zone defense look better. So specifically against Texas, how does this affect OU? Well, it turns out Texas is really bad with its red zone offense. Texas is ranked like 121 in red zone offense. So you got a really bad red zone offense against a really bad red zone defense in the Red River Shootout. So, of all the weeks for that to be not necessarily the worst thing that could happen, red zone defense, this is the week. Thanks, Texas, for being terrible. Not mediocre, terrible at scoring points inside the red zone. Scoring points! Not scoring touchdowns, scoring points inside the 20-yard line. Like, come on, man. Texas is back. Texas is backside. Texas is butt. Let's see what we got. It's sad we got stomped out by USC and it took Texas to beat them. Nah, when did we... Don't compare this USC team to Pete Carroll's USC team. It's like comparing that USC team to Alabama. Stop. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like Bookie's man never gets the ball thrown to him. Bookie's also playing safety, basically. I mean, that nickelback position is basically a safety spot. Hey, holy Kyle! What's good? Real problem is giving up the big plays and teams skipping over the red zone. I disagree. 16 out of 16 is bad. It's real bad. If that was not a problem, we wouldn't score. 16. 13 times 7 is what? Is that like 91? And then 6 foot, so that's what, like 97 points scored inside the red zone on 16 chances? Nah, Kyle. I'm sorry, dog. $1 from Juggalo for life. I mean, okay. You know, the worst D in the red zone against the worst in the, yeah, that's what it is. What's up, Johnny Brown? I see you, fam. Red Zone Z takes penetration. Hey, man, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I think this means that Texas beat USC the next year, 2005. Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense. I take back what I said about USC and Alabama and Pete Carroll and whatnot. That makes total sense. Thank you. Because you're talking about getting stomped by USC in 04 and then Texas beating USC in 05. I got it. I'm with you now. Let me see. Hey, RJ. Yeah, Frank, we're going to do that at the end. We're going to do the score predictions at the end. Let's see. Which is like 5 minutes from now, dog. What else we got? Why does OU defense struggle so much with tackling? Kids don't tackle like they used to, number one. Number two, if you're tackling like you're supposed to, you're liable to get somebody hurt, like a concussion. And number three, they outside of Bolton and Murray and that defensive line, the linebackers, secondary is just small, man. Like, I was watching Hakeem Butler basically look like Jadeveon Clowney to Parnell Motley and Trey Norwood and Trey Brown. Like, he was getting anything he wanted because you had one-on-one opportunities with a dude that's smaller than you. And I say all, every big defensive back that I have seen in college football plays in the SEC. I hate that. Georgia got big DBs. Alabama got big DBs. Auburn got big DBs. LSU got huge DBs. All of them can fly. You know, people acting like Patrick Patterson wouldn't be playing wide receiver in the Big 12. Or Patrick Peterson got me on Thunder. You know? Tyrann Mathieu, the smallest DB that I've ever seen succeed in the SEC. Vontae Davis was massive. Dean Milner was huge. You know? I mean, it's just, they got to recruit bigger dudes. But Switzer was the guy saying that you need smaller guys to run in the Big 12 because everybody runs spread. I think if you got smaller guys, you probably should be running a 4-2-5 or a dime scheme. But I ain't the defense coordinator either. RJ for DC. You know. But some of them would have to happen to Mike first, and I'm tired of talking about Mike. What else we got? Rivalry game, everything goes out the window. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Goes out the window for fans. The teams on the field are the same teams. You don't get some special potion when you go play Texas if you're OU and vice versa. Kids got to play. You know, that's what it is. Yo, man, you can start with the flame emojis. It's cool. How concerned are you with QB position next year? I'm not. Kendall, Mordecai, Rattler. I'm confident in any one of those guys. Period. Now, whether or not Kendall's going to be here next year is still open to debate, and I don't think that everybody wants to really recognize that. Let's see. OU receivers are a lot more talented than Texas secondary, though, so it's going to be crazy. Not a lot more talented. Marquise Brown is a burner. CeeDee Lamb got hands the size of the size of my laptop. You know, he got frying pan hands. Lee Morris, outstanding tight end. You got depth at inside receiver. But Cade Stearns has 3 picks, and he's a true freshman playing safety. You know, Chris Boyd is probably the best DB they have. And that's me talking about Cade Stearns. Remember that? So I don't know that they're so much more talented. It ain't like that's a ready-made matchup that you want there. Because I don't. I want to see him actually run the football. That's, you know, and then Kyler Murray on the zone read keeper. And then you can get one-on-one opportunities. Run the ball to throw the ball. Have we had a week where Bolton, Murray, Brown are starters and healthy at the same time? Trey Brown hasn't started, dog. He's the third DB. And that might just be because Kerry Cooks likes the rotation. I mean, he likes being able to bring Trey Brown into the game because I know a lot of folks want to see Trey Brown start over Parnell Motley. But it's Kerry Cooks is the secondary, and he does what he wants. Just like it's Tim Kish's linebacking core, he does what he wants. It's like it's Rutherford McNeil and Calvin Thibodeau's defensive line, and they kind of do what they want. I say they do what they want. I'm sure Mike has his way of getting his point across, and if he wants to overrule somebody, he can, but I can't imagine you get very far by telling your position coaches all the time who their best players are. I don't see how it creates a high-functioning work environment. All right, so we're getting toward the end. Ron Tatum's there, dog. So if you're in the chat, say what's up, but also drop your score prediction. Shout you out. Let's see. Carver Jackson says Oklahoma 77, Texas 17. High-tech tackling dummies. All right. What else we got in here? Johnny Irons. I think Texas has a chance if they can control the time of possession on offense. If not, OU will be a boat. Or will boat race them. Yeah, probably right. J-Bone says 35-28. Myers says 31-21. D. Kent says OU 44 to UT 13. Michael Davis. What's up, Kev? I see you. I see Michael Davis Jr. said 48-17. Terry! 45-35 OU. Richard Young says 34-23 OU. What else we got? Holt says 41-27 OU. Hero says 45-20 Texas, or OU. Excuse me. Rapper 1000 says 49-28 OU. What else we got? The 185 says 31-20 OU. Ryan Riddick says 48-28 OU. That says OU 43-24. Michael Salinas says OU 28-24. Generous Ginger says 42-24 OU. Greeland James says 42-17 OU. Bill Weathers says 48-24 OU. John Haney says 38-24 OU. Kev says 48-24. OU. Montreal Man says 77-3 OU. Trenton Lawbach says 45-21 OU. Southern Pride says OU 45. TU 17. Bradley Carragher. Let me see. What did you say, fam? I gotta scroll back up. It's going by fast. Going by too fast. Says 49-31 OU. Holokau says 45-35 OU. Sharon Cooper says 35-28. Didn't give a team, but I'm assuming it's OU. Jermaine Johnson says 23-21. I guess he's picking OU. Balzar says 45-23 OU. Mike Brandenburg says 41-27 OU. Jake Small says 52-28 OU. Wayne Thompson says 42-21 OU. Sooner Bear says 42-17 OU. Tyler Pierce says 27-24 Texas. Yeah, you're probably going to get yelled at. Wendell Olden says 48-21 OU. Johnny Iron says 45-17 OU. Okie Visual says 35-14 OU. Melon Matt says 45-28 OU. No, Allie, I don't think Lee is going to start. Tim Moore says 48-31 OU. Doomleria says 66-34 OU. Johnny B says 37-20 OU. Free Ray says 33-27 OU. AJ says 38-31 OU. Kennedy says 46-24 OU. Excuse me. DOA says 38-34 OU. Ooh, nail biter. Frank Evans says 45-24 OU. William says 56-21 OU. Scott McPherson says 45-35 OU. Obi-Wan Kenobi. 6-3 Texas. Get yelled at. Bailey says 52-35 OU. Jermaine Johnson still with 20. Yep, that's OU. Thomas Norris says 31-28 Texas. Okay. Lloyd Grissom says 24-23 OU. Generous Ginger says 42-24 OU. Sean Robertson says 40-28 OU. Sean Stapleton says 49-21 OU. Chat's going by real fast, y'all. Hey, Caleb Davis. You're just hidden from the channel now. How about that? Let's see. Devin Gilmore says 45-31 OU. Eddie Garcia says 33-14 OU. Dugan's out. Appreciate you, fam. Let's see. Dallas Very Own says 24-21 Texas. Keegan Daniel says 2-0 OU. Free Ray says 33-27 OU. Sheldon Lamey says 45-21 OU. Greg Tate says 45-21 OU. Appreciate that, Tony. Caleb, you can keep typing it. It's not going to get in there, man. Tijuana says 5-2 OU. J-Bone says 35-28 OU. Don Ray says 63-14 OU. Dan Moore says 54-27 OU. Deion Sanchez, 45-21 OU. Brianna Phillips, 49-28 OU. Steelboy says 27-24 OU and OT. Why do you want games to go to OT? All right, see you, Ryan. Nah, man. Caleb, what you are is removed. That's what you are. Yo, man, you can't come onto my channel and start calling me names and expect me to just be okay with that. Like, that ain't what's gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. A lot of Texas fans think they can just come in here and call me names like I'm just gonna take that. I'm not gonna take that. You can disagree with me. You can't call me names. Juggalo. Check the board at ouinsider.com. All right, that's it for me. If you like the videos, don't forget to like and subscribe to this video because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. I will see you tomorrow. Deuces.